Tech tip for the lazies like myself: if you ever drop your wrench under your truck, you don't feel like getting under there, use an extended magnet. Oh, look at that. Well, guys, it's finally time to open her up and see what's inside. I was going to pull the engine, put it on a stand before I start taking all the big chunks of it off, like the heads and stuff, see what's inside. But I'm going to be doing a scrap run here real shortly, and I like to try to get all the upcoming scrap out of the way. So I'm just going to do it while it's in here because I don't have time to pull it out right now. So I'm just gonna start taking all the accessories off and everything, and we'll see what's inside this motor. We're gonna start by taking this fender off, get it out of the way. The part I was dreading is finally done. Pulling this off. Normally they're not too bad, but my ring is all stretched out, and I really need a new one, so it doesn't hold on there. But I made do with a hose clamp, and it seemed to pull it off fine. So now I can get that bracket off. Not looking forward to this header. All my header bolts are locking, so I gotta get way back there and try to get clips off and stuff without losing them. Managed to get all the header bolt locks off of this. Now if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there's two pieces to them. They look like this. As you can see, this one's still got an exhaust leak burning over it. What they do is you tighten all your bolts down, and then you put these on so it doesn't spin, you can't back out, and then this slides on, locking it on in this groove here, so then that piece can't come off too. So after vacuuming out a tremendous amount of dirt and mud and grime, and there's still half of it in there, but I'm at least able to access the bolts now to get the intake off. I think I'm ready now to pull the valve cover. I've never had any of this off the entire time I've owned the truck, so I do not know what's in here. It's like a gender reveal party. Is that one still bolted? Nope, okay. That is a lot harder with one hand. Ooh. Everything looks clean. So this truck never disappoints. Both sides, just everything's clean. See, even in here, it's just clean. Other than like all this crap here is stuff that fell off of the super filthy intake. But other than the block off plate that fell in, we can just toss that in our pile. Yeah, she's clean in here. There's no sludge buildup. Regular oil changes really did this thing good. Yeah, she looks excellent. I'm debating actually now. We were going to turn this engine into a coffee table and retire it, but I might keep it around in case I need a block. And I feel really guilty scrapping these. Like they're TBIs, so they're not worth anything, and they don't make any power. But they're just so clean and in good shape. I feel kind of sad scrapping them. Got this head all pulled off. Everything actually looks pretty decent in there. Nothing looks really bad. I haven't taken a light to it to check the cylinder walls yet. Yeah, the head looks pretty clean. It's just stuck on some ground wires that I haven't disconnected yet. And then it can come out, pull out the other side. And then these and the other set of TBIs I have from the donor motor for this truck can both get tossed in the scrap. So this thing on both sides is very clean inside. So it's not set in stone yet, but I discussed it with the wife, and I asked her, would you prefer to keep the heart of the Suburban in the Suburban, throw the Vortec heads and intake and cam in this one, or finish cleaning up the random engine and do the exact same thing to that one? They're both the exact same blocks, just this one's a crate motor with 310,000 on it. That one is supposedly a crate motor too. That's what the guy told me, but I never believed that. This one I actually believe because I know the history of the truck and I know it actually got a crate motor. It had legit stickers, it has receipts, all that stuff. And my father-in-law has known this truck since it was bought brand new. So I know for a fact this one's a crate motor with 310,000 kilometers on it. The other one's supposedly a crate motor with like 260,000 on it. So this one's only got 50,000 kilometers more, and I think this one's actually cleaner on the inside. Neither smoked or anything, so neither of them I think need rings. Neither of them had any bottom end. This one had lifter tick, but all that stuff will be replaced. So I think after we'll still pull this and check it for further inspection just to make sure. But I think we'll probably go with this one. The wife said she'd prefer this one. It is the heart of this truck since we got it. And it's been loyal. Like, loyal. Never burnt a drop of oil. Never used a drop of oil other than leaking a little bit from the oil cooler lines, which we'll be deleting. Always started up like this thing, and it is clean inside. And if you don't believe me because I didn't flip the heads over, come over here and check this out. Like, other than a little bit of just typical carbon, like some of these, like, look how spotless that is. I have not cleaned these up. Like, okay, that one was running a little fouled. That one's clean, little fouled. But like 3 of them are a little dirty. The other 5 are spotless. Like I can't believe how clean it is. And it's a shame that I'm throwing these out, but they're literally worthless TBI heads. They don't flow well. They make no power. You can't get any lift out of them. And you throw any sort of cam or mods at these, the computer freaks out. So if you're going to go computerless, why keep the TBI heads? It's kind of hard to see because there's all this crap under here. But one of these sets of heads is Vortec, and one of these sets of heads is TBI, and we're gonna figure out how to decipher that right now. See how this one has angled bolts and nothing in the center? Those ones are Vortec. Now these ones are straight and have some in the center. These are TBI, and I know they're TBI because they also have the holes here for the center valve caps. They don't, or valve covers, sorry. They don't have the bolts at the outside like an older carbureted engine. Oh yeah. Oh, she's sexy. Got the Vortec heads on. Just everything's mocked up, nothing's actually bolted in. But got the Vortec heads on. Got the nice aluminum Vortec to carb intake. Put a little spacer in between to keep the carb from heating up. And I'm not sure if this is the carb we're gonna go with. But that's the one I put on here for now because it's shiny. So yeah, I'm still gotta get the cam in it, but that'll be a long ways away. But between all that and the cam, she should have a lot more power. Should really wake her up. But for now, I'm actually gonna take it back apart and pull it out along with the tranny and T case. So I can I was hoping to clean up the engine bay and paint it, but time and money right now dictates that probably the engine block isn't even going to be painted for now. So I think I'm going to just put it all back together, get it in here, get it running, rewire everything, make sure it actually does run in this truck. Then we'll pull it back out later on when we have some more money, clean up the cab, put the cam in, paint it, then put it back in, break the cam in. For now, she's got to come out so we can clean up a little bit in there and have the tranny and T-case out. And then we can bolt this guy to it. But I have a bit of an issue with pulling this. My door is broken on the other bay, and that's the only way that the engine hoist fits out to get in here to pull this. And I do have this crane, but I don't trust it for pulling on an engine, tranny, and T-case all together. So I think I gotta do it the hard way and drop the transfer case, drop the tranny, and then lift the motor up. Drive shaft dropped, check. Cross member that was in the way, removed, check. Transfer case dropped perfectly without making a mess. Oh, of course my light shut off. So my light died like literally 2 seconds before making a video. There's tranny fluid all over down here, and transfer case is somehow landed face first in my bucket, probably wrecking the bottom of my bucket. I had it on a jack, this jack with tranny fluid on it, and yeah, it went good. I called it a night after the T-case came out, and now that in the daylight, you can see kind of how I left it. This mess. Everything is safely out of the truck. Tranny sitting on the ground down there. Engine's over here. Had to do some sketchy craning with come along on that to get it out of here. Apparently, once it's up in the air, this crane doesn't pivot, so I had to kind of set it down on the front and then shorten that so there was less leverage on it, and then swing it out a bit, pick it up, and then kind of swing it over and set it down on this side of the tire so I could get it with this. That was fun. But it's out. Ready to be cleaned up. We'll pull the pan at some point and look at that. Probably needs a rear main seal, so we'll also probably be doing that before it goes back in. Doubt I'll pull the timing cover yet. Like I said before, we're just gonna put this in, get it kind of running and everything with the carb, and then we'll pull it back out and do the cam and everything, which we actually might even do the rear main seal at that time, and then paint it all. I might not even pull the pan. I don't know. We'll see. I might just clean it up a little bit, kind of do all the gaskets, re-tap everything so it's good to go, and then start putting the Vortec heads on it. After I wire brushed and then air gunned all the dirt off of this thing, it actually cleans up pretty nice. It's got a little bit oil residue here, kind of down the back of it, but that's kind of to be expected. Still got a little bit of dirt on it, but whatever. I'll take some nice pictures of this and try to sell it. Now you can see a comparison in all of them. The 4L60 that came out of it, I know it's weird because the dirty tranny's going in and the clean tranny's going. The 4L60 and the NP241 that's out of it. And then the 4L80 and the 208 that's going in. And then the giant Borg Warner that came off of this tranny. But now you can see same bell housing, everything. But this is a little bit longer, not by much, like 2 inches maybe. But you can see even just from the top, the size of the pan compared to the size of the pan. It's a lot larger pan, holds a lot more fluid. Everything about it is just that much beefier. You can really see it kind of in the tail shaft here compared to that tail shaft. Everything's a lot beefier. Transfer case wise, it's not super large compared. It's kind of, the 208's kind of in between the Borg Warner and the 241. Both chain driven, but it's slightly beefier.